Hey guys, Katrina's here with K14's Cash Coaching LLC. I'm here to talk about money challenge for my group, K14's Cash and Credit Community on Facebook. We have over 900 members, so if you are not in it, please join. Okay, so each month we are doing a different challenge in the group. Last month was saving stacking, and this month we are going to be focusing on debt payoff. Your debt, you need different types of programs and ways that people have successfully done it in the past. Oh my gosh, what is this hair doing? So, for example, there are the most famous one, the one that everybody talks about, debt snowball. So basically it's the same thing as a snowball. You start at the top of the hill with your debts and you have a little baby debt and you pay that off, and then you use the money that you were spending to pay that debt monthly and you add it to your next debt. So then it is a snowball effect that makes it go faster and faster. But what people don't realize is if you're really serious about getting out of debt and you're really focused and you're getting angry to the point that you don't want to do this again, you don't ever want to be in this position, then it's more of the mental, the money mindset mental that gets people fired up. It expedites. It doesn't actually take as long as people think because you're finding money. If you're focused on that one debt and you zero in on it and you really hone in and pay it down, and you're going to attack it and whatever, then it's going to go by super quick. All right. Another way is the debt avalanche. This is the opposite. So instead of attacking the small, they're attacking the biggest one. And so basically it's going to take longer to get that first win. But then after that, say you're paying off a $25,000 car, right? Once that car is gone, obviously you have just little baby bills after that. Or if you have 80 grand in student loans and that's going to take a while, but then the little baby debts are going to take longer. You get what I'm saying? So I have clients and we go through the numbers. I basically tell them, or do you want to kill, more? It's the quick wins. So if they have 3 small credit card debts, obviously that's a greater thing for them to accomplish, and it'll give them a mental win. You know what I mean? So I always usually 9 times out of 10, 9.7 times out of 10 go with the debt snowball, just because it didn't take you 3 months to get into debt. It didn't take you, 2 years. It could be since you turned 18, since before you were 18. So people need to realize is it's not going to happen overnight, but if you do the habits and the money mindset of it, then you're going to be more successful and you're going to stick to it, But just letting you know, tonight is the last night to enroll in the money mindset course. Tomorrow it will be $9. So you can enroll today. You don't have to finish today. And I put the link up there. And then once you ask you some questions regarding what you thought about it and how. But anyways, super thirsty. For my Arizona natives, I went to Arizona today and I did not drink enough water. So when I got home, I was dizzy. The room was spinning. I literally felt like a hangover. And I don't drink like that. So it was very frustrating. So I took a nap for 2 hours. So what you see is what you get. See? Cute. Oh, my earring. Okay. But, okay. So regarding writing a debt payoff plan, I'm going to go into that in depth to let you know. So go grab a paper and pen while you're on your phone, hopefully. Cutting out. That's great. Okay. So the things that need to be on your debt payoff plan. I'll go this way. Okay. So first of all, you need the name of the debt. So whether it be specific. So if it's Capital One, if it's, student loan number 2, whatever. So write the name. You're going to need the dollar amount. So how much debt you owe, 600, 3,000, whatever have you. I want you to have the minimum payment due monthly. So how much do you owe on a monthly basis to this payment that's eating up your budget? Because if you didn't have all these debts, girl, putting hundreds of thousands of dollars in your savings account, in your 401ks, in your Roth IRAs, whatever, So this is why I want to get the budgets honed down in January. Last month we put money in savings. So now this month we can start killing these debts because you have a little cushion of a savings account, right? There's a method to my madness, people. Okay, I also want the interest rate. I don't care about the interest rate when it comes to putting these in order of importance on your debt payoff, order, but it still needs to be on there because it is a factor. Like I have a client, they have a Chase card that's at 24%. Oh, there we go. A Chase card's at 24%. And then they have another card that's only 11%. So obviously I'd prefer if they paid the Chase down if the two balances are the same. You get it? So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment as I'm typing, then I can answer them. So if you need to know what order to put things in or which is a better way to go, whatever. So your name, the amount, oh my gosh, I'm like not centered. The minimum payment, the interest rate, what else do we need? I think that's about it. And then those are the basic ones. And then you need to order them. So order them smallest to biggest. So smallest. So you can probably mentally start writing this down tonight. This is going to be your challenge for the week in our group to get this in order. So write the name, how much you owe, what the monthly is, and the interest rate. The interest rate you might have to look up if you don't know that by heart, but you should know your bill because we already did bill busting. So you should. $1,000 in credit card. I'm sorry, not credit card, in student loan debt. And that wouldn't be a problem if she had been paying them down this whole time, or at least making a dent in them or paying a payment or something, right? But because they've just been accruing interest, even if they're only accruing $1 a day, and say she has 5 different loans, right? $1 a day, we'll just say 300, even though there's 365 days a year, 300 times 5 loans, right? So she's adding $15,000, or whatever it is. I don't know, whatever. Just do the math for me. Okay. So think about it. You're paying this payment monthly, right? And every month you need to pay more than the minimum payment that they're and break even, let alone pay down the principal and the entire loan that you owe. It's basically a trap. And I didn't know about student loan debt because myself, I had a full ride. In high school, I was in the 2% of my class, so I didn't pay for college. My whole bachelor's was paid cash money records, taken over for the 99, the 2000s. So I didn't pay for school, right? I actually got paid every semester to go to school, books, and then I had money left over, cash that I could use to pay for bills, food, whatever I needed for school or life, right, to live. So I don't know. My husband as well does not have any student loan debt because he was adopted. He was in foster care, so they covered his bachelor's. Couple debts, period, right? I actually did take out one when I started my master's, but I was going through my first marriage was and my ex was not having a good time and I wasn't able to write my papers. So I ended up dropping because I was like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. It's too much to do a master's and deal with the divorce at the same time. So I quit. But that was $1,504. And let me tell you, that got paid off with the quickness because I did not want to have any debt, right? So credit score went up. Okay, perfect. So yes, that's how I break down the debt payoff plans. You just need to write them down. You need to attack one, because if you're trying to pay off debt, put money in savings, put money in retirement, save for your college fund, buy a house, like you're trying to do 5 things at once, honey, and your money's going to be like, bloop, bloop, what do I do? What do I do? So obviously the best case scenario is to show up, if you're going to buy a house, up with no debt. You can have a good credit score and still have no debt, you know, zero balances, what have you, because it'll look better on your percentages for how much you owe versus how much you make, right? But also make sure you join my email list because I do drop hints on there. So yes, this is your challenge for the week, is to write up your name. The name of your debt, how much you owe, so your balance, the minimum payment monthly, and the interest rate. And then you number them, you know, debt 1, debt 2, debt 3, debt 4. Hopefully that's all you have or less. Hopefully some of you are in zero debt. So if you know anybody who is really having a hard time in debt, they just need some motivation, they need some guidance, they can inbox me. I do offer debt payoff plans. I will do it for them. I will tell them what's going to help them with their credit quicker to pay off and what have you. As consulting for that, I am definitely an expert in that. But this week we are starting the Total Money Makeover. So this is the book that I was recommended by a friend, you know, I want to say at least 10 years ago. And this is the book that made me do what I do now for my business. This is helping people get aware. There were so many people that were struggling, you know, every month they had more bills left at the end of the money, right? I mean, they had more month left at the end of the bills or whatever. So what I need you guys to work on this week is the introduction, what this book is not, flying turkeys and skinny dipping, and chapter 1 and 2. So then you need to be basically chapter 3, debt myths, page 16. So I'm only asking you to do 15 real pages and then the intro and stuff. So you can definitely holler at 20 pages a week. Not that difficult in order to finish, so we can be done by the end of March. So this is our challenge for March, to read the book. So go ahead and check it out from your library. I have 2 copies here. If you guys are local, I can let you borrow one of mine. Obviously, I have to read mine too. So that is definitely an option. I believe I have another one. Any quick tips on student loan garnishments? Oh, girl. Yes. So I will just inbox me regarding the specifics of the amounts and the dates, because that's a big issue. And then, has it affected your credit? I mean, there's a lot of issues. I mean, a lot of questions I would ask you about that before I give any advice. But long story short, obviously you want to get it out of garnishment so it's not coming out of your checks. I mean, that's common sense. But there's more specifics, obviously, that I would have to know to give you the best advice for you specifically. Like I said, this business that I started is crazy because I've learned everybody's situation is different. I promise you, I could have 2 people with collections from the same company, and I will write the exact same letter, the exact same way to both credit bureaus. And one will get deleted and one won't. I promise you. It just depends on who receives it at TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I mean, same thing with the loan garnishments. We can fight it. We can, write letters. We can argue it. It may come off in the first chance. It may come off the third. But let me tell you, honey, if there's something about me, I don't quit. I don't give up. And that's what it is. So anyways, make sure you guys take the course because it will change the way you see money, the way you fear money, and all that. I am dropping a budget course. So that is going to be probably this summer. I'm going to start working on that soon, and that one is going to be at least $99, if not more. So start saving up for that, because it will help you get on a budget and stay on a budget. Stick to it. You know, it'll give you tools to use to keep you accountable monthly. So that way you can just literally, I have clients that are literally, they hear me in the background as they're swiping their debit card and credit card, like, oh, is she watching? Is she here? Right? Because they know it's not the big purchases that kill the budget. It's all the little ones that add up. So I'll get messages, and I was at Ulta and I was like, okay, I don't need any more mascara. And all I could see was you standing behind me, breathing on my neck, talking about put it back. And she did. But I get it. This is what I'm doing, regardless if it's in my city, if it's in our country, if it's in the world. This is what I want to do, because I want you guys to know that you don't have to keep buying dumb stuff. Like, come on. What is your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? If you want to go to Europe, you need $5,000 minimum to get there. So if you're over here buying Starbucks every day, you know, $200 a month on Starbucks, girl, you're not going to Europe. Like, you just drank your Europe. Like, there goes your Ireland trip. Stop. So anyways, regardless. So next week, I will be calling you out if you have not started, and just checking on everyone and credit community, because that's where all be happening about what's going on in the book. So that will be super awesome for everyone to be involved and commenting and letting me know what's going on. So thank you guys. Send this to somebody that could use it, and I appreciate all the support, and I will see you next week. I don't know where to look because I hit end and then